In this video, we will show you how to replace your intercooler on this Ford Fusion with a 2.0 liter engine. This will be located along the front of your vehicle. Let's get into it. Under the hood, you're going to see your negative battery terminal right back here. We're going to loosen the 10mm nut, remove it from the battery, and set it aside. For this, it's easiest if you use a ratcheting 10mm wrench. We'll just put it right onto that 10mm nut in there. Next, we're going to reach in here, we'll lift this up and slide it aside. Just give that a quick inspection. If you see any funny colors, it's probably corrosion, and if that's the case, you want to take care of it. Moving along from there, along the front of your engine compartment, we're going to remove this plastic panel. The plastic panel is held in place with several push clips making their way across and across the front. To remove your push clips, you can use pretty much anything as a small prying device. You can use a screwdriver if necessary. I'm using a trim tool. Just go ahead and start pulling out the center to unlock each of them. Once it's unlocked, you can remove the entire thing. A quick inspection and set it aside. Continue on down the line. Take hold of that panel, remove it. Quick inspection, set it aside. Now with that out of the way, there's going to be two alignment tabs that hold the radiator in place along the top. There's one right here. For this, we'll just take hold of that, give it a little twist counterclockwise to remove it. If you need to, you could use some pliers. There we are. A quick inspection, set it aside, do the same to the other one. From under the front of the vehicle, we're going to remove the forward lower panel. Starting along each side of the vehicle, you're going to find two 7mm bolts just inside of the groove ahead of the inside fender liner. After you've removed the mounting bolts, continue on along each side. You're going to find a couple push clips. Push clips come in all different shapes and sizes. For these ones in particular, I'm going to press in on the center to unlock it, and then I should be able to remove the outer portion as well. Just pull those out, quick inspection, set them aside. After completing both sides of the front bumper cover, we'll continue on making our way across the center along the front. Using our 7mm here, we can remove the mounting bolts. Now, making our way across the center of this panel, you should find 8 10mm headed mounting bolts making their way across. For the final bolt, we'll be holding onto the shield. We can remove that bolt. Now let's take hold of that shield. We're going to start pulling it out and away. With the panel out of the way, let's continue on along the line here. You can see several push clips to dislodge. Pop that free, quick inspection. Continuing from here, we want to have some support handy because we have to remove the entire lower support underneath the radiator, AC condenser, and the intercooler. Essentially, what we're going to do is apply a little bit of pressure upward, remove all 4 bolts, 2 on each side, and then remove the panel. We'll have the support underneath the radiator and condenser. We're using a 13mm for this. Now we'll start lowering this down. All right, as soon as it feels as though things want to stop, we're not going to go too much further than that. We have to lift up on the radiator, intercooler, and AC condenser, pulling it away from this shield, slide it out of place. There we go. That's one side. Let's get the other one. Now we'll just get our support under here. Now we're going to have a look along the front of each side of the intercooler area, which is the front cooler on this system. We have to dislodge the intercooler tubing from the intercooler. You're going to find that there's a clamp holding the large hose in place. Use a 7mm to loosen the clamp. Now let's try to slide the hose off of there. Up on this a little bit here, slide that right off of there. Now on each side of the intercooler, you are going to find two 8mm headed mounting bolts, but typically I like to wait on removing the bolts until I have both of the hoses off. So we're going to go over to the other side of the vehicle and repeat the process removing the hose. We have both hoses off of the intercooler. It's time for those four 8mm headed mounting bolts. Same process on the other side of the vehicle. With the intercooler hose off of the passenger side of the intercooler, you want to look just above it. You're going to find a wiring harness with an electrical connector. Let's disconnect it. For this electrical connector, it has a locking tab just up along the top. We're going to press that in and try to pull this out of place. A quick inspection for corrosion. Now that we have all the mounting hardware off of this, we're going to have to carefully lift up on the radiator and the fan assembly, bringing the fan assembly over the subframe of the vehicle. Once you have that up and over there, it should give you enough room across the front of the intercooler. You can take hold of it and slide it out of place. Just give this a little wiggle. Let's get this over to the bench. Over on the bench, we're paying attention to the intercooler. There are several things that we want to disassemble from it, and we're going to start with the sensor. For this sensor, you're going to find that it has one T27 Torx screw holding it in place. A quick inspection of the hardware, of course. Now we'll take hold of the sensor, give it a quick twist, and lift it up and out of position. Now once you have that out of position, the next thing we need to do is pay attention to the mounting point of the sensor. For the base, you want to confirm that it's still in good usable order, and also the O-ring seal. For that seal, you just want to make sure it's soft and pliable, definitely not torn, worn, or damaged. This one looks fine. We'll set it aside for now. Now let's have a look at the other side of the intercooler. Now on this side, we have the mounting hardware. One of these grommets you should be able to slide right out of position through the groove on the intercooler itself. A quick inspection. The next one's going to be a little bit more difficult. The intercooler does not have a groove for it to slide out of. We're going to have to work it out of position. We'll just use a small pocket screwdriver and we're going to gently start twisting this out of position. For this one, you want to make sure you have it in the proper orientation during the installation. Now let's prepare the new intercooler for installation. We'll start at the end that should have the two rubber grommets. For this one, you can remove the metal center portion. We'll just slide that right out of there. Let's insert the rubber. Just go ahead and give that a squeeze. We'll press it in. Now let's continue on to the metal piece. If you needed to, you could use some silicone paste. Just press this right on in there. Next grommet, same as the first. We have it facing in the right direction for this one. We're just going to slide it right in. We have our sensor. We'll take this end, slide it right inside the larger port. The smaller port is for your mounting bolt. Once again, if you need to, you could use some silicone paste to lube this seal. Gently press it into position, align the mounting bolt port, start in your mounting bolt. Now it's time to install the intercooler. We'll take this and get it in position. As for the 4 mounting bolts, the 2 bolts that are on the passenger side are shorter than the 2 bolts that are on the driver's side. Short bolt. Moving over towards the driver's side, we have the 2 larger bolts. Along the passenger side of the intercooler, we have the connector. We need to make sure that we press this in, listen for our click. There we are. It's time for the 2 hoses for that intercooler. Line it up, press it on. Once it's on there, you want to make sure it's nice and tight by using that clamp. Okay, right there is bottomed out. Just going to take it a tiny bit further. If when tightening these clamps, it feels as though it skips on you, you have to replace the clamp. That means it's stripped out and it's not going to function properly. This one's tight. Let's do the exact same thing on the other side of the intercooler. It's time to prepare to install the lower radiator support beam. For this, you want to pay attention to the support beam. There's going to be a port on each side for your rubber grommet that's attached to the radiator to slide into. As we're aligning those, we're also aligning the support with its mounting brackets that are located on each side of the vehicle. Once everything's pressed up into position, start in all 4 of the mounting bolts and then we'll snug them up. We're going to continue on to the flap that makes its way across the front that had a couple push clips holding it in place. We'll start with the far end here, pressing it in along the way. I did break one of my push clips, so I'm just going to replace that with a new one. Now it's time for the lower splash shield. When we bring the splash shield in position, it actually goes up and above the bumper cover. So you may have to flex the bumper cover down while installing this. We'll start from one side, starting it in. Making our way all the way across. Once you feel as though you have it in position, we'll continue on with the mounting bolts across the center area. There should be one inside of each one of these center ports. Ours were missing. Before tightening that hardware, let's start in the rest of the mounting hardware as well. We have some 7mm bolts making their way across the front of the bumper cover. And now we have 2 for each side panel. Each side of the bumper cover should have a couple push clips. There we are. We've got all those in there. Let's continue on tightening all the mounting bolts. Time for the radiator alignment tabs. For these, you want to take the very end of it, slide it down and through the upper rubber grommet on the radiator. You may have to align the radiator properly by moving it forward or rearward. Just get this pressed in. Turn it clockwise, listen for a click. Try to turn it counterclockwise to remove it, confirming it's properly secured. Install your forward shield. For this, it's going to have several push clips making their way all the way across. For each one of the push clips, you want to drive in the outer portion and then lock it in with the center. Let's reattach the negative battery terminal. We'll push this all the way down onto the battery terminal end there, and then tighten our 10mm mounting nut. Take hold of the terminal end, give it a wiggle, make sure it's properly secured. Okay friend, we finished the installation of our intercooler. At this point, you want to go ahead and start up the vehicle. Let it run for a short while, make sure you have no running condition, no check engine light, close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.